Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Hold Please.
I said,
What I said.
Hey, ladies, how are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Siobhan? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Right?
I'm
Amazing.
doing very well. I'm full. We just left Longhorn. So I'm full.
So you full. So right, you done
Amazing
ate
in a
good.
long time.
You done ate good. I mean, can I ask you what you had? What you had for them?
Uh I had these spicy bites.
Okay.
Uh, and they got a Parmesan crusted spinach dip.
Oh.
That
Mm,
sounds
okay.
And they cut
Fancy.
flatbread chips,
Mhm.
flatbread chips. I didn't eat those. Um I ate it with the chicken. So
Okay. Okay.
try to change my strategy of what I'm eating this year, and it ain't going too well because I'm still. But I lost 4 pounds, so woohoo!
Congratulations on that.
good. Did you get
Congratulations.
your
We
hair
gonna
done this
celebrate all
week?
the milestones.
I did get my hair done this week.
Yeah, you got yours done too, didn't you?
I did. That's silk press.
Kidding.
Not you. Not you.
I didn't get mine done, but y'all look lovely, ladies.
Thank
Lovely.
you. You look nice too, Shawana. You look nice too.
Thank you, thank you. I try. All right, so
Ooh-wee.
let's get into tonight's podcast. I will be facilitating this one. We are going to discuss the Family Business 7 New Orleans, the show, just
Woo.
released on BET Plus. We're going to do some comparing of the two. We're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about the book. Maybe some spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show, we apologize in advance, and there may be some spoilers if you haven't read the book. We apologize in advance. But we said what we said.
And there it is.
So let's start. We're gonna start out with the show. So we watched the first 2 episodes of Family Business New Orleans. That is Big Shirley, Marquise, um, and some other characters. So we're gonna start with RayTarsha.
Mm-hmm.
RayTarsha is one that does not like to watch the shows because she says they do not coincide with the book, and she just refuses to watch these shows. She has yet to watch The Family Business and probably will not watch The Family Business. But we are going to see what she has to say about The Family Business New Orleans.
Let
Let's
me
go.
tell. Let me tell you. Everything you just said is correct. I am not a fan of book to movie, book to show, or anything like that. It has to be really good for to grab me, right? I because you don't get everything that's in the book in a show, right? Um, there's only one movie that I can think of right off the top of my head that I absolutely love, and that's Lincoln Lawyer. Hey, and I love the TV show Lincoln Lawyer. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But coming to the Family Business New Orleans TV show, I was pleasantly surprised at how well they uh, followed the book. If you are a reader and you read this book, you could follow along with the book and the TV show with no problem. So I was pleasantly surprised. I was uh, pleasantly surprised that they are literally there was no changes. And I think in Family Business, the actual first show, they had a couple of changes that just turned me off. But this was no changes from the book to the TV show that I
But
could
I
take.
disagree. I might have to disagree, but we'll get into that later. Go ahead.
Ashley?
All right, so number one, I'm a TV person. So for me, the book, I feel like the TV show did coincide pretty well with the book. I mean, pretty doggone close, because a lot of times they don't. But I will say it was pretty close. There might have been some minor things that's differently. But for me, I will just tell you up front, but I like TV, so I'm a little impartial in this subject. I enjoyed the show. Okay. I did question, like, okay, how many episodes we gonna get out of this book, because they kind of accelerated in 2 episodes. So I don't know, but I did question that part. I was a little like, how far are we gonna stretch? And then the next question was, are we dropping another book before season 2? So I don't know. I got some questions about that. But TV person over here, I've enjoyed the casting. And we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. I like the cast, and we're gonna talk about that cast now. That cast, they done did some casting for these characters. And so for me, they have brought the characters to life. And so I feel like, where I may have been a little harsh on the book, I ain't so harsh on the TV show. That's all I'm gonna say right now. Go ahead, Siobhan. I'm letting spin it back to you, because I got some things to say.
Segues into a question for RayTarsha.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So when we reviewed the book, she felt like that Big Shirley was not a boss. How do you think Lela Rochon did as being a boss?
Let me tell you something about this character casting. I'm going back to what Ashley said. They did a good job in casting her as Big Shirley.
Yes.
She is my idea of a Big Shirley, going back to Waycross, right? She looked and she gave the persona of a boss in the show.
Mm-hmm.
In the show. She did because in the show, spoiler alerts, in the show, she did send it did accelerate real fast. So she did send her son away, and that was a vulnerable point for her. And I feel like at that point, that was a little bit where she softened herself up, right? But other than that, from the get go, from the it opened up from that get go, she acted like the boss that she was supposed to portray.
Yeah. So let's talk about the casting. First of all, Ashley, because Ray doesn't watch this show. Do you know when they showed the part of you need to stop pointing that gun at my uncle? Do you know who I thought should have been in that part? Who should play that part?
No, who did you feel like should
have? Trouble would have told that part up. When I tell you, Trouble is a beast. Trouble would have took that to a whole nother level. And I know Trouble's not her real name, and I meant to go find her real name.
Yeah, okay.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah. Can we? All right, we're gonna leave it at that, Shavana. But okay, but yes, Trouble would have played that part excellently. Just because of her acting in general. So yes, I agree. Trouble is from another show that we have watched. But yeah, so Ray's like, what? But Trouble, yeah, this is Ray's looking at us like, you see, Ray don't watch all the shows we watch. So that's first.
Her real name, so I can. So
yeah. But Trouble is in another show. And Trouble would have played that part excellently. Yeah, because I agree with that. I concur with that. I don't have any. I can't disagree in that statement. I would 100% agree with that.
Are we still a captain?
Yeah. So Lela Rochon is doing her thing as Big Shirley. Period. Point blank. Now,
Right.
I want to talk about Pooch Hall because
Oh,
so this is my thought right here. I gotta talk about Pooch and I gotta talk about one more character, right? So Pooch playing the uncle in this gave me a different perspective on the uncle. Because to me in the book, the uncle seemed older, like just seemed like aged a lot more. If without me, whereas Pooch kind of brought some youthfulness to it. But again, this is why TV is TV. But I felt reading the book, or maybe that's just the characters in my head, that the uncle was older. Like
No, because in the book it said that he wasn't too much older than Marquise because they practically grew up together.
Yeah, but he still gave me
Older
I don't
vibe.
know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how I
I
envision
love
him.
Pooch Hall. I was happy to see Pooch.
I mean, I'm happy to see him, but to me, he
and the
made the
thing
character
about
come alive.
when I was watching the credits, I said I know his name, but all I know him as the game.
Yeah,
That's all you can think of was the game.
Yeah, that's all I know him in too. Derwin, yeah.
And all I could think of, and I was like, I know his name. They show the credits, and it said Pooch. I said, yeah, that's him. That's him. I said, wait till I get on this podcast. When I tell you, the only thing he done that I didn't like, but it was in line with the book. He did it in the book.
This is a spoiler part, right? Okay. It's spoiler.
Didn't like was he did kind of bitch down when it came to the voodoo woman. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of like timid when he was around the voodoo woman, but he was in the book too. But he seemed a little harder in the book.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
In the book when it came to the voodoo woman, but in the TV show, perfect cast. Yeah.
So let's talk about Jean LeBlanc.
Oh, I was waiting. I'm waiting on this conversation.
David
That
Banner
David Banner.
Love David Banner.
Let me tell you what. All I'm gonna say is that was the right cast for LeBlanc. Like David Banner is absolutely playing that role.
Right. And he even dropped a tear.
And he's handsome while he does it.
Did you see that little tickle tear? I said, oh.
Girl, I was like, go ahead, David.
Yeah. And he, like I said, and he was handsome while he done it. Like that's just
looking at that haircut. I was like, it's so perfect. Like that was perfect. The edge, I was like, the goatee. I was like, he just
that goatee. I said
the goatee was right.
And that part where he was getting ready to go in there, when he was getting ready to meet Sebastian, I was like, yes. But I
actually found myself kind of rooting for him in the show a little bit more than I was in the book. Different perspective. And this goes to show how TV and books can just be totally different point of views. Literally.
Right.
Again, I'm a TV person. So.
But in the TV show, I'm like, yeah, Dave. Yeah.
You kind of rooting for him, right? But are you rooting for David or are you rooting for LeBlanc? And it's like you really ain't separating the two people.
Right. I think I'm rooting for David. I don't think I'm rooting for David.
Right, but that's the character he's in. Is LeBlanc. That's true.
Okay, so my next character, I feel like in the book is better than the character on the show. I don't like the hold on, let me find his name. Jean LeBlanc, second in command.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Saint.
Yeah, Saint. I ain't feel like Saint was hard enough the way he was hard in the book. Even though I know we haven't got to those parts where he showed, but I just
feel like he was the one cast member that I was looking for Saint to be a thicker man.
Me too.
And he was
intimidate.
Yeah. He wasn't that. his brother, I think his brother, and I can't remember what his brother's name was.
Pierre?
No, not Saint's brother.
Oh, Saint's brother.
Now is
I don't
Saint
remember.
brother Albie Sure's son or
I think so.
okay.
But they didn't introduce him.
Oh,
But you
they
got to remember that he's Lauren's love interest.
Quincy
so we'll
Brown.
know.
Yeah.
So we'll know exactly which one it is. I'm thinking it's the other guy, the one that was in the background that had on the colorful shirt when Quincy Brown and the one I wanted to be Trouble went to the car and they left the other two to throw the body over. Y'all remember that?
Episode 1. That's episode 1.
Yeah, when he had on that colorful shirt. You didn't see the one with the colorful shirt. I'm thinking it's that one. And he also just started in The Rookie too. I was like, okay.
Mm.
Two things that because The Rookie just started, so and he's in The Rookie also. But anyway, Sheriff Clay. When she said I could do anything for my high school crush, I was like,
Yeah, because I'm like, was that in the book? I didn't remember that part, to be honest.
I don't remember that part either.
It was not.
I don't think it was either.
So that gave it a twist. Because he said
definitely did.
A pothead. And even in high school, I was like, hold on, it didn't say, because I was looking for her to be a little older as well. Like, boy.
Yeah, but she's like,
she's the same.
She's Marquise's age. And I was like, I don't know how. It's like, okay, that's not how I envision her in the book. So.
Me either.
But and have the accent is needed for New Orleans.
Yeah, some of them was messing up on some of the accents too. Yeah. A lot of people, I seen a lot of people were upset about that. But the way that she delivered the news, I mean, I know it was like that in the book too, but to actually hear her say it and then to grab a beignet and say these good on her way out the door, I was like, girl, you ain't
like
got
no type of tact.
Ray. You ain't got no tact. Yeah.
No type of tact. Just saying whatever. But yeah.
But low key, how'd y'all feel about them beignets? I was kind of like, dang, I wouldn't mind a beignet.
Yeah, true.
And they look good, and them grapes look good.
True.
I was about to sit down. Let's talk about this wife. Did she pull out what I thought she pulled?
I don't know.
She did. I wrote it down. I said, no, she didn't pull out the rose. Not the rose. And held it up high for everybody to see.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you got a man like Jean David Banner, but we know he ain't giving it to her. She used it.
Well, I mean, David was very dismissive. He was definitely business driven.
Right. Yeah. But he was in the book too.
Right. I mean, he played the character for what it was, but I can see why she thought he was cheap.
Yeah. Because to look at a man like that and think with all that, with him being driven and all that.
Well, he definitely has sex appeal.
Yeah. So, yeah. So let me see. Is that all I had on the characters for the starting character? But of course we did get our family business characters did come over got to see them. I was a little upset. I was looking for Rio and they didn't have Rio. I was looking for Rio.
So when I'm watching it, I'm like, I thought Rio came down, not Nevada.
They did.
They brought Nevada down, didn't they?
In the show.
Yeah.
In the show they did.
But I was looking forward to seeing Rio. Y'all.
Because Rio was supposed to go to New Orleans too. Yeah. So.
But I didn't. So I don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that I feel any type of way about that, honestly.
I like Rio, and I guess I like Rio.
I mean, I like Rio, but like,
yeah. I just like seeing the old characters come in, other than the Curtis them, because to me, they the Waycross family, which they are. They the Waycross family. They're not quote unquote the New York family.
But I will say Curtis is kind of seeing him in the show is kind of growing on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
His character is growing on me in the show.
Yeah. I agree. Because he gone, well.
Yeah, well,
I won't say. So what y'all think about Skunk?
Skunk he played his role. And they all again. It's hard to say that the TV show didn't follow the book. It's just like Ashley said. I'm thinking we only gonna get maybe 5 episodes out of this book.
It might be 6. I think they do 6 episodes.
It's 8.
Oh, it's 8. Okay, so they're
Oh,
gonna.
I mean, well, it shows. Yeah, it's 8.
I mean,
So
8.
I'm over here like, okay,
And
but
there are
I'm wondering if they're gonna do like one episode a week after this.
instead of
I
the
mean,
2.
this was the opening week, so they dropped 2, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess.
But even in the opening week, I mean, I just stopped at chapter 22 in the book, and there's bits and pieces of all of that all the way up to chapter 22 in the book. So
For these first 2 episodes.
for these first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's some stuff that haven't happened in the show that's happened in those first 22 chapters, but a lot has happened in the show that's happened in those 22 chapters. You know, like the conversation between Nene and Big Shirley, and so it's still some stuff that hasn't happened yet. We still, like I say, we still got a lot. So I think they might can push out 8 episodes, because if they do 8, 2, 4, so it's only going to be 4 Thursdays if they do it that way. If they do 2 episodes each week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me see. So thoughts on some other act we did that Jean LeBlanc, Mark. So what were y'all thoughts about Marquise? The character, the show versus the book.
Ashley.
Pretty well in line.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this. Marquise again, but I think it's the TV. It's seeing them. I think he gave me a little bit more than what I thought he would, honestly, watching the show. I don't know. Time will tell what he really made of, though. But I think he growing on me.
For me, Marquise really wasn't. I'm sad to say this. He didn't really stand out. You know, he probably ain't gonna win an Oscar in my head. You know,
Not an Oscar.
I think I'm more receptive to it because we seen him on the Family Business. They had an episode where
When he was there.
went to New Orleans, so we've already met him, and he was a little harder in that scene than I think he was. And
so far,
yeah, so far, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So what y'all think about when he told his mama that he didn't walk or run, he flew, and privately at that?
Smart Alex. He was being a smart Alex.
Smart. Yeah.
I mean, he lied about what he was saying. He told the truth about what he was saying, but yeah.
It's like Ashley said, he was being a smart tail. And by the way, podcasters, I'm trying to clean my mouth up too. So smart tail. He was trying to be a smart tail and
be disrespectful.
trying to be disrespectful. But here's the thing: sometimes with your parents, you kind of gotta get there. You kind of gotta almost once you get of age. I ain't gonna say almost. You gotta almost kind of give them a little dose of their medicine. You know what I'm saying? You kind of almost gotta say, "Hey, you gotta look at it a totally different way than what I'm looking at it." I don't know how old he is, but me, I'm knocking on 40. You know, and dealing with my mom sometimes, I'm kind of like, oh, why don't you listen? So sometimes you gotta, twist a little to get your parents to listen.
I agree with Uncle Floyd when he was telling her that by sending him away, you making him weak.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not giving him a chance to do, what he need to do. or to help handle this situation. And I knew them two was gonna sing like a bird if they were offered more money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true.
They
True,
just
true, true.
but
And I mean, Uncle Floyd, Pooch Hall, in my opinion. I mean, he had a little gangster about himself, which seemed like a lot more than in the book.
He did.
It gave me a little more flair, right? It
Yeah.
was like, nah, like I'm not putting you above my family. Like you ain't about to do this.
The
Like
show
we
gave,
go back a long ways, but you're not gonna come between me and my family. So like, there was a stance taken.
yeah, the show gives you something that the book doesn't, and I guess it's the characters and everything. You can see them in real life and perform in real life. Um, like I said in the beginning, I do believe the book, and there was a little, like Shavonda said, there was a little things that wasn't the same, but for the most part, it did follow along with the book. I will say this in the beginning, I started text both of y'all and
Mhm.
say, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it through this."
Really?
I was like, "Oh, it's just like the book. I don't think I can handle this." But I hung in there. I hung in there. Plus,
You
I
did. You did. Okay.
struggled with a headache for the week, so parts of it was that I hung in there. I hung in there and watched both of them. So I think that was one of the reasons why
But you almost gave up on the show.
I almost gave up.
So I just
It,
want you to know that's how I feel about sometimes about these books.
oh, oh,
I felt like that was a
it was she
transparent
said
honesty
it.
moment.
oh,
Like
girl.
sometimes I'd be like, oh, where we at? But I hang in there. So I appreciate you hanging in there about the show. Because I mean
Yeah, I did it for the world. I did it for the world. I did it for y'all. I did it for the world because I want my
So will
opinion.
you be watching any more of the episodes?
Depends if we say we're gonna review.
Oh, so if we're not gonna review them, you're not gonna watch it. Okay.
so
Probably
you
not.
ain't you like it, but you're not in love with it.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. That's honesty.
Y'all tell me if y'all tell me when it's coming on because I don't. I did the free trial for BET Plus, so and that's gonna. I'll pay for it for a month. Y'all tell me, hey, it's coming on. Y'all remind me because I don't know no other shows on BET Plus to watch. Uh, it, it's it's just it's just not my cup of tea. So I know I'm like somebody out there in the world and wait, what? You don't watch BT Plus? No, I don't watch BT Plus.
I don't watch it like that either. I mean, I wait to the end of the seasons and then I binge like Family Business and the other
Yeah.
show that Ashley and I watch, and they haven't came back with Kingdom Business. I'm sad about that.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what's going on with that.
So I mean, I watch the Christmas movies. That's about it. But so let's talk about ratings. What would you rate the show
What being
so far?
what? The best?
What would
What we
you?
doing? 1 through 5? What we doing?
Yeah, those two episodes that you watched, just like how we rate the book 1 through 5. How would you rate those two episodes, right?
3.5.
So the book got a better rating than the movies. Okay, than the show.
Well, if that's the case, I can't remember what my rating was for the book.
You gave it a 4.
Well, I give this a 4 too. Not giving it a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 4. Uh, I do think I liked it better than the book, only because the characters came alive, and the fact that it did follow along with the book for the most part.
So before Ashley gives hers, and I should have asked this before, do we want to discuss some of the differences between the show and the book, or we just want to leave it like it is?
I think we can leave it, and the reason why I say we can leave it is we can get the feedback from the audience. Maybe we can come back around and discuss some of the feedback that we got from the audience, and please, audience, give us the feedback. We do look forward to it. So I think we should, because I'm hoping that our first review of the book leads people to go read the book so they can compare the two. I did see a cousin of ours. She started reading the show. She watched the show, and I wanted to come up under her post and say, "I watched it too, girl. Listen to our podcast. This, that, the other." But I'll do that a little later.
Okay, Ashley, what was your rating?
Right now I'm gonna say 4. I'm hopeful that it'll get to a 4.5, but we'll see. But I would say 4. Like, I actually enjoyed the first 2 episodes. So
I would give the show a 4 too. To me, the show it's like Ashley said, is really in line with the book, but to me, the show is moving better and is better than the book to me in this situation. So,
right, which is interesting.
Which is interesting.
It's interesting because the book is really the script, practically the script for the show. But I think them characters, though, that casting, I'm trying to tell you, cast the right people.
Probably brought it out too. So
I think that brought it up a notch a little bit to me. But
now, the theme song when it comes on, I mean, I know Ray doesn't watch the Family Business, but Ray, if you would just go listen to the theme song of when it comes on, and then listen to the theme song of the New Orleans one, I would love to hear your perspective on that. So, Ashley, I know you've listened to both of them. So, which one you like better? Or you don't remember?
I think I like New Orleans, but now I feel like I need to go back and listen to it again, though, based on this question, because I'm like, what? I mean, I think I like New Orleans better, but I catch me on the next episode on that. Next episode we discuss this, because I need to go back and really dissect it. But I think it had a good little vibe to it, though. New Orleans.
I do like it. It did have a good little vibe. But I do like the other one better. I don't know if it's a song or if it's because of the way that they mesh the cars in the New York City background vibe that they have with the song, and it just meshes together. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the Orlando's. The New Orleans ones. I do be listening to that though, trying to listen to the soundtracks that they have for the show.
Oh, you listen to the soundtrack? I've never done that.
I mean, during the while the shows are on.
Oh, the tracks that okay, gotcha. For each show.
Well, the only soundtrack I got in my head is actually 2.
I'm just kidding. I don't.
Right.
You got me nervous. I don't know what you're about to say. And that's why I started laughing and praying a little bit at the same time. Because what are you about to say? Because
the power. They say it's a good rich town.
Really? Okay.
That's the one that I'm comparing it to that. And I'm also comparing it to P-Valley.
Really? I cannot. We are signing off right here, right now. Because I just what?
Valley is in Mississippi, and Mississippi is close to New Orleans, and in my head is like, well, they close, and then in New York is comparable to Power is comparable to the that's in my head, so that's the reason them two are out for me. Down in
no, absolutely not. No. No.
Okay.
All right. On that note,
Ashley, do you have any closing?
Well, words? I am going to say this. I encourage you all to read the book, but not only read the book, but to watch the show. I think you should do both. Don't just listen to our opinions, but really, if you're looking for something new, definitely go read the book and then definitely go watch the show. That's my last little bit.
I agree with Ashley. Watch the show, read the book, both by Carl Weber. I don't even know if I want to give her a last thing. Last word.
I don't know if you want to either, but she's a part of this pod. So we got the woo, Jesus.
Like it. Well, I will say this. My last part of saying something about the book and this and or the movie is go read both of them. I realized that the book left a little bit of desire, but that's just my opinion. Um, but I honestly like the show better than the good book. So, but I know somebody's saying that's crazy because you said it's in line with, but I think it's because of the cast, and they did a really good job in the cast.
So, with that
Read
said,
it.
go ahead, Ray.
I said read or listen, and then watch.
All right. With that being said, thank you for joining us for another episode of Hold Please. I said what I said. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, y'all.